COVID-19 has changed the world. I'm interviewing extraordinary people on the front line, stepping up with amazing acts of kindness in the fight against this virus. Tune in to watch, support and share their inspiring stories, because together we are stronger.
Leon, thank you so much for taking this time out of your busy schedule, doing all the amazing things you are doing to talk to me today. Leon, tell me a little bit more about you, about your background, and what you've been up to.
Well, I was going to say I'm a chef. Yes, I was a chef. I became a chef kind of by accident when I went to hotel management college, and you had to do a bit of cooking, and then I liked it and started working in local restaurants in Maastricht in the Netherlands, where I'm from. And then, I always did fine dining, had my own fine dining restaurant. And after that, I came to England. I was married I had an English wife, and I started in 2001 a fine food wholesale business here, supplying Wagyu beef, truffles, foie gras, caviar to the top-end restaurants in London. And when I sold that business in 2007, when the crisis was hitting us, I thought I want to give back. My children were then very young, and I thought, we have a good life. Let's do something for others. And I came up with an idea after a lot of thinking, because I always want to do things where it affects everyone and which are really simple and everyone can take part. I thought, wow, imagine that every time when you eat out, you can feed someone else at the same time. And that would only cost 15p extra in those days. Now maybe 20 now. And you eat, they eat. So it would be added on the restaurant bill. I did that. And especially in the Netherlands, became very big. We did that till 2014, 15 actually, 6 years. And then by that time we were copied a lot, which was great because you can't do it on your own. And so yeah, my background has always been in the food industry. And 2015, I started Calais Kitchens, which when a friend of mine asked me to September 2015, before we even saw Alan Curdy, the photo of the baby on the beach, which went all over the world, I wanted to do something and I didn't know what. And then a friend asked me, Leon, we want to start a kitchen in Calais, in the camp, the refugee camp, the jungle. That was fairly small then. And I said, yeah, sure. I had time and I thought I'd go over and help and cook for 2 or 3 weeks, because by then our government's got to act together and that problem is over. That didn't quite happen, as we know. But also I went there and after a week I realized, you're not here to cook. And there was a lot of hunger. We thought the kitchen, we're going to have a bit of fun, help people and cook 200 meals every day. And within days we were doing 1,500, and that was breakfast, lunch and dinner, about 600 each. And we really were at our max. And I thought, there must be more I can do, because I wanted to feed everyone.
Yeah.
And I started Calais Kitchens, where we started to give all the 9,000, 10,000 people in the camp everything they needed to cook for themselves, because of my background in the food industry. And so we gave them onions, spices, tins of tomatoes, tins of chickpeas, milk, fish, and also little wood burners you use on camping with wood, so they could cook for themselves. And I supplied food to the kitchens who were still there on camp. So yeah, that's basically a little bit about myself. Besides that, I've written books and have 2 beautiful children. So.
Wow, Leon. So I guess, and now in this situation, that up until 2 weeks ago, as I understand it, you were looking at this situation, and how did it motivate you, or what inspired you this time to get involved?
Well, it's actually very simple. I was on a consultancy in Holland up till 3 weeks ago. I came back on the 18th, on Wednesday the 18th. Okay. Holland was already in lockdown.
Yeah.
And so someone drove me to the airport, and the motorways were totally empty and there was no people. And then a few hours later, you land in Stansted, and it's still very busy and that was the weirdest experience, coming from that quiet place, going to that still fairly busy London. And I realized then, the day after, when I woke up, Leon, you have to do the same in London as you did in Calais. And so I put a post on Facebook saying, this is what I want to do. Who has a kitchen for me? And then a friend of mine who saw my post, saw on one or other business group on Facebook that someone said, I got a kitchen, my business is going to stop, the schools are closing on Friday, what do I need to do? And she just said to Abigail, who owns Yum Yum from where we're working,
Yes.
we should contact Leon. And 2 days later we met and we agreed that we started working from her kitchen. And then we started cooking on the 25th, so just 2 weeks ago.
Wow. And how many people have you fed? Well, how many meals are you producing on a weekly basis? I did speak to Abby, but that was last week, and as I understand it, you just keep on. There's more and more meals that you're cooking.
Yeah. So we started with 200 meals on the first day. Then we quickly went to 900 to 1,000 in the weekend. The first day was a Wednesday, and now we're producing anything between 2,500 and 3,000 meals a day.
I mean, that's amazing. How are you doing it? And and who are you getting this out to? Is it mainly the NHS workers?
Yeah, there's about 60-70% NHS. It goes to hotels who have rough sleepers in them. It goes to care homes, or it goes to so many places. The demand is massive. Of course, we have to look after our key workers, and they get a lot of support. I truly believe that the biggest demand is where we only see the tip of the iceberg is the people on their own, the ill, the vulnerable, and the elderly. Because we don't know, and I mean not just us, but generally, we don't know where to find them. Because our systems have crumbled, government departments have closed. Yeah. We don't know who's hungry. We get messages like, yes, I have food from a food bank, but I can't pay my electricity bill. How am I going to cook it? So the demand is honestly huge. I mean, we're talking, I have no idea about the number, but literally tens and tens of thousands of people in London.
Wow, tens of thousands of people
getting
food.
More.
And this is what I heard. There's a couple of people that I've spoken to, and that's just saying the social system has crumbled because of what's happening. And as you say, where normally these people would be getting food coupons, everything else isn't, they don't have the means to either get the food or cook the food.
Yeah.
Or anything else. And as you rightly say, the NHS and the frontline workers are doing an amazing job, and obviously now volunteers are stepping up and helping them. But it's this other raft or this other layer of people that are really in need, that are not getting serviced. What's your biggest challenge at the moment, Leon?
Well, we're going to move to a massive kitchen in the next few days where we can do 10,000, even 20,000 plus meals a day.
Wow.
So we are partnering up with organizations to do that. Because you asked me earlier, Leon, how do you do it? And I think, and also, I know a little bit of, we both been to the Yes Group and you run it, and, how do you, and what I'm good at, and I don't, not to pat myself on the back, but of course I realize.
Well, I think you do need to pat yourself on the back. I think a lot of people.
I got many challenges myself. I have many things I'm not good at. I have a vision, and the vision is in my first charity, Fill the Cup run, and we did for children. That was no one to bed hungry. When I did Calais as well, I said in the camp, no one to bed hungry. That's what I went for, and it was me and many volunteers. It's not about me, because I'm very good in bringing things together. And the way you do that is you focus on the goal. The goal has to be over the horizon. And then you should, whatever happens, you don't let go of the goal. Too many people, they get upset by drama, by things which go wrong or things which doesn't happen, but you don't even react to that. You keep focus. Of course, when there's a challenge, we solve it. Like, for example, a delivery doesn't arrive or something goes wrong, or you solve it at that moment, but that doesn't weigh from your big vision. And it's a bit, I describe it to people, it's a ship on the ocean, and there's a storm in a storm, and the ship gets thrown every side, but it has to go to that horizon where its course is. So you make sure whatever happens, you stay on course and don't let the waves affect you. And
I'm smiling because those are such poignant words. I mean, not just right now, but actually in anything you do in life, you know, it's too many times that there is always the drama, there are always the obstacles, that will always happen.
Yeah.
It's just how you navigate that. And you sound like a very driven man, and you've got this goal, you've got this focus, and yet you must have seen so much hardship. Is there anything that pulls you back? I mean, is there any anger or frustration that you see right now or feel right now?
No, no, there's no anger. Yeah, there is frustration. Well, I wouldn't call it frustration, but for the lack of a better word, um, the red tape we come across. So I'm talking to a very big delivery company where we want to work with. I can't give you the name, but they said to me, Leon, we want to work with you because you and your people achieve something at very high level in big organizations we all know, and at government. There's a lot of talk, but there's little action.
Yeah.
And the people who do similar work than I do, you know, where I'm in contact with, they say the same thing. The frustration is by the red tape. And so when I started this, when I put the idea on Facebook 3 weeks ago, I thought with my background in the catering industry, kitchen's going to be easy. London will be closed in a few days. All these empty kitchens, all these unemployed chefs, that's going to be a laugh. How simple can it be? Well, finding kitchens is the hardest thing ever. What Abigail has done, just giving a kitchen, is amazing. And unfortunately, not a lot of people do this. You know, we don't have to do it all via us. If other people did the same, you know, the hunger wouldn't be a problem. So the red tape from government, from departments, is just unbelievable. So that's, I think, in times like this, for me, Compassion London is about coming together as a community, and not even, it is about feeding people, but it's even more about leaving a legacy collectively, where we still speak in a few years' time how we all came together. I'm lining up 2 companies who are competitors of each other, and people say to me, Leon, they won't work with each other. And I said, I promise you they will, because I just sell them the vision, and we have to leave our thinking that we're competitors, we have to leave that on the side at the moment.
Absolutely, because together we're stronger, and that's
Exactly.
the sort of strap line I want to put out. Together we are stronger.
Yeah.
Have you tried the mayors?
The mayor?
Yeah, I mean, is there any, have you tried reaching out to Sadiq Khan?
Well, not yet, but if you have a good connection, because, you know, if I just ring the mayor's office, then I get someone on the phone. No, if you have, yes.
Well, I'm going to put this out, and Sadiq, if you're watching, or if you do watch this, if we can get this to you, we need a kitchen, right? You're looking for a kitchen?
No. We're almost well, 90% done with a massive kitchen.
Okay, great.
I can't give you the details, but we hope to announce that tomorrow, and with some partners, and then we really can start feeding 10,000 people plus, and, you know, up to the 2. So yes,
That's
we need the support, and yeah.
What do you need then after, if you secure this deal? What will you need? Will you need more volunteers, donations? How
Donations, of course. It costs about £2 for me per meal. So at the moment, it costs us about £5,000 a day. That is kitchen costs, like electricity, gas, some of the fans. We get some food donations. We also, you know, we need to buy food. So all those things together. So about £2, and so we need financial donation, but, you know, also volunteers. We have many volunteers, but as we scale up, we need many more.
How do you, I'd like to volunteer, but if anybody as well out there wants to volunteer, what should they do?
Well, the best is to let us know, and the easiest is that via our email address, which is compassionlondon01@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll put that down in the notes under this. And then if you'd like to donate, and we'll put a click through donate button on this, it's the Compassion London, is that right?
Yeah, so that's www.compassion.london. So okay. Compassion.london, that's the website, yes.
Great.
And it's very easy to donate from there.
And just to re-emphasize, £2 feeds somebody, basically.
Yeah, so a
It's in-
tenner is 5 meals, and 150. It's as easy as that. And you know, yeah, it's necessary, but it's also beautiful how we come together. I love to think about the murmuration of birds where they fly in these beautiful patterns together. And I believe we as humanity can do that as well. And we all have a role to play in that. That's no one is more important than anyone else. But this is a time where we, can help people in our own town. And living in London, often we don't even know what our neighbors are up to and if they're safe. And so, yeah, I'd also believe we can do it. I also believe we can look after each other and there's many other things which need to be done, but we can help with the feeding.
I completely believe that. Leon, what are the lessons when we look back on all of this? What lessons do you think will come from this?
Oh wow, that's a good question, which I have discussed. Well, I think let me think. Basically, I know you know as well as I that has been said before, but I think the universe is showing it. Let's forget how this virus came into the world. We don't really know, and personally, it doesn't really matter how it came. I think it's showing us in a deep, deep way that we can't keep going as we have been going. And of course, there's been a lot of talk about that, about climate change and God knows what we need to change. But of course, we are comfortable in our own ways, and it's okay for other people to change, but it's a lot harder to change things ourselves. And I think we are given, I don't want anyone to die or suffer from this, but it's also an opportunity to look at the way how we've been treating each other, how we've been treating the planet, and it's an opportunity to change that. Because, it's terrible that people have no income, no job at the moment, and don't know what's going to happen. I said to a friend last week, I said, this is the first time in history that you can say to someone, I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage next week or my rent. And people say, yeah, me too. Before if that would happen to us, we would be embarrassed and didn't dare to say anything. Now we can, because it's all the same for all of us. So I hope that we use this as an opportunity where we look in a different way at each other and not judge, oh, that person doesn't earn a lot of money or didn't go to the same kind of school or university as myself, but look at it that we're all human beings. I think that's what this is really about. And I also believe, like many people who lost their jobs, many people will come up and are coming up with great business ideas to have more sustainable travel, more sustainable product, for hopefully more local products, so we don't have to fly or ship things in from so far. So yeah, that's what I believe.
So there could be some, if you look through the hardship, there may be some beautiful lessons that have learned after this.
Definitely, and I think they're already happening because I'm Dutch, as I said, and I cycle through London, and well, it's beautiful cycling when there's not a lot of traffic. Of course, it's not good for the economy, and it's not good that people have to stay indoors. But yeah, there is beautiful things to it as well. And when you go to a shop, and I was like that as well. You want to rush through the shop, get out as quickly as you get your shopping, and go home. But now you have to slow down, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. You start to appreciate things a little bit more. So there's a lot of good going on as well.
Completely agree, Leon. Look, Leon, thank you so much for this. This has been amazing. And I really hope the word gets out. We can get this out and people listen to it. A very small donation can go a long way.
Yes.
And I think if everyone can just think that this is, as we say, it's about together we are stronger and we can really help people that are in real need right now.
Yeah. And also I want to add to that last week we became an official charity. So people who want to donate know that their money is safe. That's been rushed through for us as well, in the sense that we went through all the checks, but of course under the situation that's very important. And we really have the infrastructure to go to 10 or 20,000 meals a day with the right partners and support, and we can do something very tangible for London.
That's fantastic. Leon, thank you so much for this. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart as well, what an amazing job you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Namaste.